Hey, second video. First one I messed up. So, changing the brakes on a 95 f-150 two-wheel drive. So we'll have the disc brakes on the front. I did not get my rotors turned because they're in good shape as far as I'm concerned. Alright, we rotor, brake pad, caliper. On the back of this caliper here, it's 2 bolts. I think they're 9/16. I'm using a 14 millimeter. It's here and here. We'll screw them out. When we put our ratchet on, we are turning up to break them loose. And when we get ready to put them back on, we'll go the other way. And I hope these will help you out. Once we get these off, I have these clips right here that I'm going to be replacing. There's one on top and one bottom. This clip right here, after we take these bolts off, we'll pry this off. I'm going to stick my pry bar here, pry this caliper off, and this will retain the caliper to keep it in place, and it will, these little clips right here will unlock from here. So let's already got these loosened up here. We'll go ahead and get these turned out, and we'll move on a little bit further. So there's bolt, not very long, not very painful compared to some vehicles. And once we get this caliper off, it has a plunger in it. We're going to take a C-clamp and we're going to push that plunger back in. Alright, we got both them bolts out. I'll take my pry bar, I'm going to stick in, and you'll watch that caliper come off. Once you got a screwdriver, flat screwdriver, whatever, it'll work too. See how that clip comes right off? I'm getting away from my camera there. And there you have it. Yeah, see, there's a little cobweb in there. This was my grandfather's truck, and I just took possession of it last year, so I'm still working on it. These pads really could go a little bit further, but for the safety of my family, I'm going to keep them. And if you notice, that one just kind of slid right out of them grooves there. Right like that. Top and bottom. Just like that. Now if your rotor is really bad or warped, you'll want to go somewhere and get that one turned. So any brake guy or parts place will probably be able to do it for you. This clip right here, let's pop this clip off. Just like that. There's my new one. And I'm recording this off of a cell phone, so y'all bear with me if it's kind of rough looking. Make sure you got that turned the right way and it's up tight. If it's not up tight, you won't be able to get the brake in. And if it's turned the right way, well, it just ain't gonna work because you can see you don't have enough clearance there to accommodate. Let's pop this bottom one off. And where did I put my clip? And my dog can come in here and ate my clip. Okay, went ahead and sped up, put my clip in on the bottom, and don't forget to put a jack stand under your vehicle to make sure it doesn't fall. These did not come from that place where they are recalling them. Here's my new pad. Thickness on it. Thickness on the other one. See the difference? You want to have good pads because that's what stops you when somebody pulls out in front of you. These pads are made, you got one for one side of the truck, one for the other. It's kind of hard. I say it's hard to put them in wrong, but some people do. Alright, let's see here if I can do this and hold the camera. We'll make sure we get it in the right place here. Got it in there. See how it's in the groove right here. And we will slide it in on top. And see, I just pulled that up a little bit and it slid in. We're going to do the other side, the outer side, same way. If you notice, it's curved. Curved, rotor's curved. Not curved. Think about it. Alright, I'll slide that down in here. Look at there. How about that? It fits. Now we're going to get our caliper right and get ready to put it back on. Okay, here's our caliper. We're going to take this old brake pad and we're going to put it right there. And then, let's see, I'm going to take this clamp and I'm going to screw the two together. And this is going to push this plunger back inside of this caliper. And I don't know if you can see it, way over there. I took the top off of my brake fluid reservoir so that it would allow some of the air pressure to go back in. Alright, we got it screwed all the way back in. Now we can take our clamp off and drop everything in the process. We'll screw this back off and then we'll put the caliper back onto the brake pads. Okay, let's see here. Make sure you get that hose turned the right way. Alright, and you'll see this slides right back on in place. Let me get this phone where I can hold it. Okay. These plungers here will slide in and they will go back in line with your bolt holes that you originally screwed out. You have to play with them holes a little bit, get them in place, and everything else should go in place. And to show you how easy this is, keep in mind I'm holding the phone while doing it. Alright. Got it back on. Let's see. Now we put our bolts back in these plungers here. Make sure your threads are clean. You don't want no dirt in there. I'll set the phone down for a second. Okay, when you're putting these bolts back in, chances are they're not going to line up in the right place right to start with. So you get in there and you wiggle it back and forth till you feel it go in. You won't be able to screw it in with your fingers. That way you know you're not cross-threading it. You go ahead and get these things snugged up and we'll be pretty much done. We'll be ready to put the wheel back on. Once you get all this back in, you have something else you need to do. Check your brake fluid. Make sure your brake fluid is topped off or up to the line where it needs to be. And pump your brakes inside the vehicle. Push the brake pedal some, because your brake pedal is going to be loose. If you do not do that, when you get ready to stop, you're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. I hope this video has helped y'all, and stick around. I'll try to do a little bit more. Thank you.